Okay, in this video I'd like to show you how you can use two tools to help you do a bid for a landscape project. And the tools we're going to use is a free tool, Google Earth or Google Maps, and Bluebeam Revu. And Bluebeam Revu can be purchased from our website powergreensoftware.com. Now, to start things off, let's say you've opened up your Bluebeam and we're going to start estimating straight away in Bluebeam. So what I've done here, as you can see in my markups tab, I've got a couple of columns added. I've got one called price and one called job cost. And if I go to my customs columns or manage columns, look at my custom columns and I click on price, I can see here what I've done. If I press modify, it's a number, and I've set that to be two decimal places and in dollars. My job cost is a formula, and that is the measurement versus my price. Now, I've saved it in this way that what I can do is I'll know my price from experience and from previous estimates. I'll have an idea of my prices, which I can get from an Excel spreadsheet or whatever, and I'll know how to price it. So let's get going really. And I want to show you a hypothetical situation, a bit of a role play, and just get you an idea of how you can use it. So I'll shut up and I'll start doing it. So, okay, we've gone to the site, we've met a client, and they've asked us to do a whole series of works. Now, I'm going to pick a site here. I don't know where it is. Where are we? It's in Florida somewhere. Let's pick a random house. And if I pick your house, I don't know how I've done it, but I didn't do it on purpose. Let's pick any house here. So let's say, for example, we went out and we visited this site. Okay. So there's our house. Now, I went to the house, like I said, I met the homeowner, and I've done some measurements on site. And I measured this driveway. So, I'm going to do a print screen. Okay. Done that. I'm going to go into my Bluebeam, and I've opened a blank document, which is an A1 size drawing. I then go into my Bluebeam and I go to Edit, Clipboard, Paste. And here comes my site. Now obviously it's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Images, I'm going to crop it. And I'm going to say, okay, we only need this size area. So let's make that a bit smaller. We get to fit on our drawing. And what I'm doing is actually making a drawing or presentation document. Okay, let's blow that up a bit there so we can see it a bit better. So, like I say, we've been to site, we met the homeowner, I took some measurements. I'm now going to calibrate this drawing. And I do that by going to Measure, Calibrate, select 2 points. And as I said, I measured the width of this driveway, for example. So from there to there, I know from measuring on site, let's say it was 5.5 meters. Okay, press OK. In my scale bar, I make sure that's ticked and my page is to scale. Okay, so looking at my notes from the site visit, what did the homeowner want? Right, well, she wanted a new lawn. Okay, so that lawn was going to go from here, around here in this shape. And she only wanted it to that point there, following around there, and that footpath. So as you can see, I've got 308 meters squared. Now let's make that a bit nice looking. We'll change the properties, we'll put a little bit of a border around it, make that a bit bigger. We'll colour it in, green, maybe not that green, we'll change that because that looks quite rancid. We'll make that a bit more opaque. And let's change that again to that. And that. Okay. So, and let's call that New Lawn Area. Now, from my experience, I know that I do lawns for, I'm guessing, let's say $5 a time. Okay, so if I click on that there, I say my price for that lawn, did a lawn, I charge $5.50. And as we can see here in my markup, I've got my lawn area. Okay. And I've got my rate I charge, and it's got the cost. Now in that rate of 550, I've obviously priced in my labour, my equipment, my materials, my bit of profit, and on my overheads. Okay, let's move on. What else should I do? Oh yeah, I've got to go and power wash this driveway. So let's say I power wash this driveway. I get a measurement on that. Okay, and again, let's make it a bit clean looking. Let's change the properties slightly. Maybe blue. Okay, now I charge $2 for cleaning driveways, a meter squared, and as you can see, it's priced it out there as well. What else did she want to do? Oh yeah, back here she wanted me to put in a deck, and that deck had to be what was she saying again? Oh, she wanted it to be 10 foot wide, which is roughly 3 meters by a certain size. So let's do a rectangle. Oh no, let's do a polygon because it's actually on a different angle. So let's say I start here. Now, as you can see, as I'm drawing, the lengths are coming out. So let's say we want to make that 10 foot, which is 3 meters. Okay. Oh, excuse me now. I've actually done the wrong one. I press escape. I wanted to do a rectangular. Oh, so no, let's do that. Sorry, I'll start again. I'll go back out and make that 3 meters. Okay. And I wanted to come back here. Okay, that's it. She said no, about 7 meters. I think she said 7 meters. And I come back into here, and I go back to there. Okay, now that's given me a measurement there. Okay, and I'm going to call that now. Let's say that's decking. Back here, and I'll call that decking. Oh, no, let's call it new deck. New timber deck. Now I charge for those decks. I put them in at say, I don't know, $150 a meter squared. I'm just guessing now, just to show you examples of using it. Okay. And what else do we want to do? Oh, you short a few trees. So let's put in markup. Sorry, measure, count. A few big trees at the back here, and let's call those not stools, but tree type A, for example. Those trees cost around 300, not 3,000, 300 to plant. Okay. Okay, so I think that was about it. So what I can do now, there's my job. It's priced. Okay. Yeah. Do I label? Oh, did I label that? I didn't label that clean and driveway. Looks like power washing. I was just wondering there for a second. Power clean concrete. I'll do. I was just wondering why there wasn't a actual label there. So anyway, it's done that. Let's export that to Excel. Let's call it job 115, for example. Oops, let's do something else. Let's go. I'm giving this a complete unedited view of this now, so you can see what happens when you do this. Let's call this job 116 this time. Okay, so I get my output like this. Looks a bit untidy. Let's tidy up a bit. Let's delete that. We don't need that. Let's just make this a bit ready for presentation. Sorry. So let's call this job task. Let's get rid of that. Let's call that. We can hide that. We don't need to show the price per meter squared or whatever. We can let that job cost that we've got. We can hide that column. Okay, and we can hide that. Okay, so what I can do now is I can copy that. Copy. I can go into my Bluebeam drawing and I can right click paste. Okay. What I can do then is I can make this into a presentation document. You know, something that can be sent out and make it kind of smartish looking and professional looking. I can draw a square around that to give it like a title block. Let's make that black. make that a bit bigger. Okay. I can put some text on that now, text box. Let's call this bid presentation. Let's make that a bit bigger, that text. Just highlight it on there. Let's make that say 60, what that looks like, 60. Let's make that yellow. I'm going to stretch that a bit there. Okay, now obviously you can make this, you know, whatever you like. Let's copy that and paste that and bring that over here. And we might call this bid estimate. Okay. Now let's just bring that border in a bit there, and maybe down a bit there. I think I might move that by mistake. Okay. Let's just move that up there, and we'll put in a title for the job. Again, without going back up and using the tools, I can just do Control C and Control V for copy and paste. And let's say this is going to be job, I can't spell, job 116, landscape works for Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, wherever it might be. Make that fit by just using these shapes. Change the color, let's make that black, reduce the scale, size that text to 50. Save that there like that. Okay. And let's put in a logo. Let's go to my fictitious company logo. I just picked something in Google Maps, but let's say, for example, I don't know, this is your logo here. And I'm actually taking this from my hard drive. I'm putting it on here. Okay, so what have we got now in the space of a few minutes? Very, very quickly, I've got a presentation document which looks really professional that I can save and I can PDF and I can email to the client. And what this does, it gives me my company logo there, and I can put my address and contact details under that. It tells the client, this is what I'm going to do, this is what it's going to cost you. I've marked up the site plan showing some areas of where we're actually working. I've given it a job number and I've address, and I put an address for the job on there. So that looks very professional to send out by email to your client, and reduces your paper, reduces your time, because all you're doing is you're pricing it on the go here as you've preset in your prices here. So let's say you submit this to your client and the client says, yeah, you're really in line for this job, I want you to do it, but there's a few things we want to change. And you say, okay, no problem. She says, I want to make this lawn area bigger. I want to go all the way back here with this. And you say, okay, no problem. Whatever you want, you are the client. I can change that for you. And simply by just going back to my Bluebeam and playing around my images, I can change that. And what that's done is you will see the lawn area now is gone from being 1697 up to 2300. And I've done nothing but just move that little shape around. Let's say, oh yeah, I want to actually do some work here as well. What was that? Excuse me. I want to do some work here as well. All I need to do, I can actually say, okay, let's copy this. Or, another way of doing it, let's make this a tool. So I go into here, double click that to properties mode, and now I've got a tool. And watch this. Say now, for example, she wants to do this as a lawn. Or I should say he, because it's Mr. Smith. Okay. I just change that. We go around by that. It looks like some sort of a camper van. Anyway, I've added this area in now. Look, so there's another 285 meters squared of lawn. And if you look down here, it's actually added it up as well. And you didn't have to do anything for that. So what we can do is look, okay, let's scrap that, delete that. I'll go back and I'll do my export again. and I'll call this now job 16 revised. And unfortunately I have to do a bit more tidying up like I did last time. But say for example I'm only interested in these few cells here, I'll hide that. And you know, you can play around with this yourself. You might have it set up in a certain way that you want to use it yourself. Let's say I want to give it the measurements again, so let's copy that and put that over there and paste it back over there. Yes please, paste. What am I doing? Paste. I want to give it that again. Copy, go back into my Bluebeam, paste it, it's back in there now again, and it's a revised price. And we can call it, if you want to keep things nice and professional, revised bid. Now, I've just shown this to you really crudely, really quickly, really roughly, but this gives you an idea of how quick you can do an estimate in Bluebeam using Google. If we look at the side here, these prices, you know, you'll have these prices worked out yourself, and they might come from a spreadsheet you've done in the past where you've worked out the amount of lawn seed you need or the amount of rolled out turf you need and the topsoil and so on. You'll have an idea of what a metre squared costs to do, and you all need to do is simply pump it into here. You might have this as a standard document you send out to your clients, and it looks real professional, real quick, and it's so cheap to do. Google Maps is free and Bluebeam is a real low cost software, and it gives you the power to do this very, very quickly, professionally. And you know, if you've got other guys that are out there, your competitors, your competition, if they're only actually doing, you know, typing up things and, you know, sending it out by post, you've beat the competition. And when you're sending back your document, always do a quick check. Like I said it before, my spelling is pretty bad, but you know, things like that. Just double check things look cool and look well. And you know, your competition, if they're sending things out in the post, or they're sending things, you know, with no drawings attached, or it's just a figure on a page or whatever, you know, it looks streets ahead. It looks so smart, and it's so effortless to do this. I mean, you've seen that I've done it very, very roughly, very quickly. But you know, if you put a bit more time into it, and you know, change a few things around here, and you know, even you can get symbols from Bluebeam, and you can really make this a real good-looking document that when your client sees it, they think, oh yeah, this company, you know, they're upfront. They've shown me exactly what they're going to do. This is what I can visualize this now in a plan form. They've told me the cost, and you know, you can see exactly what's what. So I hope that helps. Like I say, we sell Bluebeam at our website, powergreensoftware.com. If you're buying a license, more than one license, drop us an email, and we can give you a good price on that. Bluebeam is delivered electronically within 24 hours, and you know, the possibilities of doing things with Bluebeam is endless. So yeah, any questions, drop us a line by email. Contact details are on the website. And good luck with your tenders or bids or estimates.